So right now, we are on our way up to Sant'Elmo, Castel Sant'Elmo, and there's a very big hill when you have to go up it. And I just kind of thought as I was going up, it's not like life. It's a very stereotypical way where you're always going to have challenges, you're always going to have some kind of battle that feels like it's uphill constantly. And the problem is that I think is very prevalent for us as people is to give up halfway. And Napoleon Hill mentions this in his book about the secrets of success. In regards very specifically to being 3 feet away from gold. And the idea is if you keep mining and mining and mining and mining, eventually you are going to get to the gold. And just like this hill, if I were to stop now and walk all the way back down, then I'd never reach the top. And the whole point is when we have something that we set to do, like for example getting to the top of the hill, getting a new job, finding a way to recommunicate and rekindle a relationship with somebody that we care about. All of these things can seem difficult and they all are going to feel like an uphill battle until you arrive at this very moment where you somewhat reach the top and things start to relax a little bit more. And then if we have a look right up here, as you can see, things start to feel tough again. And if I were to stop here now and we get to look all the way down at Castel Sant'Elmo, you can notice and see that down there what we have is a view of the journey that we have been on. And it's without taking the steps, without taking the journey to get there, we don't get to see the view, we don't get to understand the path that we've taken and we've chosen to take, which is very important. And we have to acknowledge it's a choice, because the minute we disregard our ability to choose is the minute we let life choose for us. And this is the problem. So we're going to continue up and hope. And hopefully we can try and understand the point that no matter how tough the gradient is, no matter how difficult things can be in life, you can always take just one next step forward. And it doesn't have to be a crazy step. You don't see me running up the hill, pacing myself out, and I have to stop. I'm taking the same steps, the same pace, the same momentum. I'm keeping it the same. I'm in control of the situation. The minute something is out of my control, the minute I have to start running up the hill, the minute I have to start doing things I may not necessarily want to be doing, and then that will, in a way, destroy your consistency. But it doesn't always. Sometimes when you're in a rush to get something done, and you find out actually the journey was a lot shorter than what you first anticipated. And the only way you get to find out is if you try and you keep moving forward. So I've been up here now, as you can see. So we are now in this place. And every single time I stop at something, there seems to be something moving up. There's always another level that you have to go through. There's always something else that you have to climb. And this is the problem. When you stop, when things start to get comfortable. Again, if I had just stopped right there, yes, I can enjoy the view, yes, I can enjoy the grass, I can enjoy the different things. But then I wouldn't get to climb higher heights. And this is, again, we're making a lot of points that are quite similar. But they're just different angles, different perceptions that you can use and that you can take to understand that consistency is one of the most important things you can focus on. And sometimes it's not even focusing on the consistency, sometimes just by focusing on that next step, on doing the action. Not focusing on doing action, just focusing on the action itself. That's what moves you forward, one step at a time. And we have to look at things in different ways, try and understand them. So we can begin understand ourselves. There's only one way to take, for example, this road left. However, when we approach this crossroad now, I get to decide whether I want to go left or right. And I can only have this option now if I've taken and done the work, taken the time to do the work that was necessary for me to get to this level. Even risking to get hit by oncoming traffic, probably not the smartest thing. A lot of Fiats here. As a part of self-development, trying new things. Part of trying new things, and one of the best things to try in Italy is the food. Sometimes it's nice to capture the moment. And one of those moments is the pizza. There's a lot of places here that I would recommend that you go. And really you can choose any place that has pizza because you're in Italy. And here we are. Now, as much as this view right here is very, very nice and very, very beautiful, the thing is, the one thing about this view is that, again, we can choose to be comfortable or we can choose to keep going. One of the beautiful things about Italy is that the hills never really seem to stop when you're in quite rural cities like Napoli. You know, there's a lot of places where it's going to challenge you, it's going to force you to keep moving. There are some crazy cities out there. Like many things in life, everything is a journey, and this is really the only way that you're going to get to go and see these things in person. So just to point out, I was actually quite happy to stop there. Well, sometimes some things are worth pushing harder for, and I love a good view. It's nice to see the entire city landscape, you know, once you've made the climb and once you've been on your journey. Although the view seems quite restricted somewhat here, but I think as we keep going, we're hopefully going to find out that there's a very beautiful view in store for us that is waiting as soon as we finish this climb. Again, it's to never stop. You have to keep going. Even though it can be tough if you've never gone up this many stairs before, if you're carrying a 10-kilo bag and you haven't slept for 2 days, like I have to get it, then it's gonna feel problematic. But your feelings should not get in the way of your ability to act. And that is why, regardless of how I feel, we're going to keep moving forward. And we're going to take each step until we get to the top.